IVM.
Welcome to another week on IVM. It's been a great week. If you aren't following us on social media, please make sure that you are. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On Cyrus Says this week, Cyrus is joined by actor and comedian Gaurav Gera. They talk about Gaurav's journey in showbiz and the inspiration behind his Shopkeeper Behenji sketches. On Simplified, Naren and Shriketh are joined by guests Avanti and Zain from the Marvel's Lost and Found podcast. On Geekfoot, Tejas and Jishnu give their take on Ant-Man and the Wasp and discuss the future of the Ant-Man verse. I'm really looking forward to that. That was a great movie. On Varta Lab, last week, founder of IVM himself, Amit Doshi. Hey, that's me. Talked to Akash and Naveen about being Amit Shah's doppelganger, my journey so far, and how he started an IVM podcast. I'm sorry if that grammar was twisted. On Keeping It Queer this week, we have the producers of Vice's latest web series, Sex Rated. And with that, let me take you on to your shows.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily.
Hello and welcome to another episode of IVM Daily. My name is Abbas and IVM Daily is a show where the IVM staff talks about stuff that's going on in their head and things that are going on in the world. So today we're going to talk about one such thing. So WhatsApp, social media, WhatsApp forwards are a huge thing in India, and unfortunately that has given rise to some very unfortunate events in the recent past where a lot of mob lynchings have taken place, and they've been traced back to fake WhatsApp forwards which incited people to take arms and lynch people to death. And the government has been talking about curbing this for a while, and today in the Economic Times, it came out that WhatsApp will be limiting the message forwarding in India to 5 chats, which hopefully will help in not spreading fake news too far and wide. And to talk about this topic with me in the studio are two very bright producers. With me I have Swati.
Yes, and there is a halo behind me.
Yes, so it's all be angelic things that she'll be talking. And with me I also have a devil called Surbi.
Wow, thank you for putting...
Yeah, there are horns above your head, Surbi. But hi guys, first of all, welcome to IVM Daily.
Thank you so much, Abbas.
So guys, what do you think? First thoughts about, first of all, you both of you use WhatsApp, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what are your views on WhatsApp forwards very quickly first?
Okay,
what about you, Surbi?
First of all, this also means lesser good morning messages, which is another epidemic that nobody talks about. So that's great. And it's otherwise also I feel like broadcasting messages and like, you know how you can broadcast things to like 15 people at once, even if it's like a invite to something. Like you know how you always have like one dude in your WhatsApp who's a club promoter, sends you like 15 messages, oh this DJ is coming to this party. So less of those again.
Right.
So it's good stuff. I'm excited about this, and the lynchings also will probably stop.
What about you, Swati?
I think it is an important step definitely in that direction, whatever direction this is supposed to be. But having said that, I think it's not that simple an issue as it looks like, because not allowing a company or a platform to function the way it wants to function is just a first step towards something very serious. I would say that the freedom of expression is very important part of this kind of platform, and not being able to control situations like mob violence or crowd violence is not the responsibility of a platform like this. Definitely there is problem.
I have a counterpoint to that. You can complete your point and then I'll come.
Because definitely there is a problem that the messages are going out like 15 people at a time. Maybe hundreds and hundreds of messages are going like that. So it is a problem, but this is a concrete solution. I can't say that.
Sure, it's not a concrete solution, but I think it is WhatsApp's responsibility, because India is a country in the same economics time piece. India sends the most number of WhatsApp forwards in the world.
Yes.
And the mob lynchings have been traced back to WhatsApp forwards. And here's the thing, until WhatsApp was only a text-based platform, it was under control, because unfortunately or fortunately in this case, India is not a country that is very that's not very educated, as in the literacy rate is very less. The moment you put on videos and images, you just need to show a photoshopped image of something to a person to incite them.
Yes.
Someone who doesn't know what Photoshop is or not learned enough to know that this can be faked, he'll get enraged.
That's true.
So isn't that WhatsApp's responsibility to make sure that in this particular part of the world this is a problem? So we should take steps to curb that, which is what they've done. So freedom of expression or speech comes with its responsibilities also, right?
But holding a platform responsible, I think it's a bit too much to say that maybe this is important to do. But I think it's the responsibility of the law enforcement on ground that mob violence does not happen, or ground reality is that the police or the administration is accountable for this, not a platform like WhatsApp. I'm saying again and again that I'm not against this, but I'm saying that this is not something.
Are you the WhatsApp PR person? I don't know.
But you're right. I mean, like it's like we can't stop at this. Like this is not like the end of mob lynchings for sure. Of course, like so WhatsApp is just a start.
It's
we
just
still
a start.
have to have a ground force to like basically act on this.
And I think before. I don't know, because like you said that we have low literacy rate in this country, and these kind of technological developments, we actually need to make people aware. I don't know how we are going to do it, but there is a need to make people aware that this technology has to be used in a certain way. Like WhatsApp was made with this idea of private messaging, and I was reading around this issue today. So one of the articles was mentioning that, the problem can be solved by making a difference between private messaging and public messaging.
Okay.
Like you make two different accounts. You are allowed to make accounts, but then you have to have certain kind of setting where private and public messaging is, segregated, where a private messaging group is not allowed to post public messages, and so that they cannot be forwarded. And the limitation of 5 forward is going to to apply on public platform of WhatsApp than the private messaging.
Wow. Yeah,
Possibly that was one of the solution that this person was suggesting on one of the articles that I was going through, which made sense to me actually.
Right. Another, again, I don't remember who I heard say this, but I heard someone say this on the News Laundry podcast, where they said that the Prime Minister does a Man Ki Baat every week.
Yeah.
So if only he mentions about this in one of his addresses, if Doordarshan every half an hour puts out a message saying
or like a
ticker saying this is fake news, this is real news, learn how to identify between the two, that will go a long way to help.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and also like we talk about how if Indians, the people who use WhatsApp, like a majority of these people do not know the difference between a photoshopped image and a real image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so this has been also like with now it's gone like across these things. Now they use like videos from a different part of the country, not even the country. Like they'll find like a weird video from like
somewhere
2010,
in the world, around the world,
and they'll just form a story about it. And that it's super easy to fall for it. I mean, I've never fallen for it, but there was one WhatsApp message. This also happens very commonly during the monsoons.
Okay.
Like remember when all of us received like a super message about, hey, there's a typhoon warning in Bombay, don't step out. Things that, I mean, that's just like it's a fake message of it doesn't have that like as big as a consequence, but still it's a very fake message that says, hey, this bridge is blocked, Siren bridge is blocked, don't step out, don't do anything.
And you see the sensitivity of the information which is being spread. So because Bombay suffers from monsoon,
they know where to act.
You know that where you're going to spread this information.
That's true.
And this is
does create panic, man. Because if you're about to step out of your house and you think, oh, everything is blocked and things, so it does create panic, even the smallest way, but it's not helping at all.
Alright, at this point we'll take a short break, but before we do take a break, I want to tell you about this very cool app that we've come across. It's called Haiku Jam. It's an app where you can log on, make an account, and write haikus together with other haiku jammers, and it's really fun when multiple people come together to make a haiku. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a theme on today's episode to write haikus, and the best haikus on this theme will be read out on the IVM Daily episode on Friday. So this week's theme for Haiku Jam, for you haiku jammers and future haiku jammers, is make technology human again. How can we make technology more intimate, more helpful? Speaking of Haiku Jam, I'd also quickly like to tell you that the CEO of Haiku Jam, Dhrupad Karwa's TEDx talk also drops today, so do log on to the TEDx YouTube page and check it out. And we will be right back after this break.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IVM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.
And welcome back to this episode of IVM Daily, where we are discussing social media, fake news, and how we can actually prevent from fake news being spread. So before we went into the break, Surbhi mentioned that she's been lucky enough to not fall for fake news on social media. But actually, I have, guys.
Really?
And this was some time ago. I don't know. Swati was definitely old enough. I don't know if you were.
What is
But
this about?
when Osama bin Laden was killed by America, there was this fake WhatsApp forward that went around. It was essentially a photoshopped image of bin Laden with blood spots on his face.
Oh, man.
They'd grade him.
I think I have
and
seen
it
that on
said,
Facebook.
see the footage of bin Laden being shot. And I saw some really well-educated, smart people share
Sharing
that.
that,
Okay,
yeah.
so I also clicked on it, and then it would redirect you to another page where you could buy something or some shit like that. So yeah, I fell for that. I saw a lot of people fall for,
Oh my god,
something like
dude,
that.
this happens, and when you click on that message, you immediately forward it to 10 people. This happens on Facebook. Facebook.
This used to happen on Facebook.
It's still a thing.
It's
People
happens.
still click on it. Like the other day, and you know this right now, so they have a message along with the video which says, "Hey Surbhi, it looks like I found you in this video. Check it out." So it's like you have intrigue. Oh, I'm in a video now, so you kind of click on it.
And it redirects you to where?
To know, so then immediately you forward it to 10 more people. It's
at
a
random?
trap.
10 people at random?
Without
Without
telling
random.
you. That
Yeah.
That's how it works. Some weird coding, you guys.
So
It's
whoever it goes to, if it goes to you, so it'll say, "Hey Swati, you're in
You
a
are in a
video."
Oh man, I should
So yeah.
Don't
be
click on it.
careful about
Don't
the
click on
videos
it.
now.
But Swati, as a ex-journalist, can I call you an ex-journalist?
I'm a journalist.
Once a journalist, always a journalist. Yes, sorry. But as a journalist, so what are the precautions you take before? How do you verify that this looks genuine enough and this looks fake?
Actually, I don't know. It's very difficult to understand this. So, couple of my friends are actually in this business of understanding the what do you call it? The forensic of the
Okay.
picture. So,
Right.
I actually asked them that how would I determine that the source of this picture? So they helped me out with that because having worked in a good organization, that those are the benefits that you get. You have friends and they tell you, and then there are other sources on
Yeah.
Facebook like Alt News.
Yeah, Alt News
is
pretty
a
good, yeah.
platform that helps you, and it's educating through its campaigns and everything
Right.
Yeah.
to understand
There's
how to
another-
identify.
That's true. There's another platform called Boom Live.
Okay.
I think it's called Boom Live Fact Check, and basically it's super. Actually, so it's far easier to do this because if you receive a fake WhatsApp message, you can immediately forward to a Boom Fact Check number, which is also
Okay.
on WhatsApp.
Okay.
So they'll immediately get back to you if this is fake or not, and they'll
Yeah.
send you like a link with the right news.
Oh.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
and that's great because then that can happen on WhatsApp itself.
That's true.
That's
And
great.
So
yeah,
actually-
they do like a something called reverse image search or reverse video search.
Okay.
So immediately you find out this video is from Egypt or like some other part of the
Right,
Middle
right,
East.
right,
Please don't fall for this. Yeah, and it's so simple. I feel people like it should be an emergency contact on WhatsApp because we get so ton
Exactly,
of
that's
Yeah,
true.
and it actually points this thing out that when you have this kind of technology which gives you so much of power to spread messages across the world, you really need checks and balances with that.
True.
This is a very big example of that going ahead, as many apps you can have on your phone, but you really need to be careful about
That's true.
them.
Yeah, this reminds me of it's so how easy it is to kind of blur perception.
Yeah.
I remember there was a summit that happened where all the big world leaders were there, and there was this one picture where Trump is sitting and other leaders are around him. And there's one picture which shows like Trump is actually sitting cowardly while the others are dominating.
Yes, that
And there were
perfect
8
picture.
other pictures like Italy showed this angle and France showed this angle, and they all showed their leader dominant over the others. So so you have to be careful about which version you believe. Anyway, so that was our episode on fake news and social media, which is something that's big right now. If you have come across some cases where you've fallen for fake news, or you think you can do something that can help, or if you know verification pages that can help devalue fake news, do write into us, do tweet to us. You can use the hashtag IVM Daily to reach out to us. You can follow IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us personally. My Twitter handle is @AbbasMomin. Swati?
My Twitter handle is SwatiBakshi02.
And Surbhi?
My Twitter handle is @SmallTalkPolice.
Alright, so that was our episode. We shall see you on another episode of IVM Daily very soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to attempt number 15 to record the promo for the podcast Vartalab.
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 All day, all night, Vartalab.
Oh yeah. It's a really nice podcast, guys. It's with me and Naveen, and it has really nice stories.
Yeah, people come tell their stories, ups and downs, fun times. We all cry at the end. It's like a Karan Joy movie, but in 1 hour or less.
Yay.
Yeah, every Monday. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Vishal Gondal, an entrepreneur. I've had the chance to meet and understand how some of the super achievers have hacked their way to success, and they have done spectacular innovations. Now I take a closer look at these people's lives to find out what lies beneath the force, only on the Vishal Gondal Show. Episodes out fortnightly on Wednesdays on the IVM website, app, or your favorite podcasting platform.